Welcome to another edition of the Tiger Men's Basketball Report. I'm your host, Spiro Marikas, along with the head coach of the Tigers, Pat Scarry. And Coach, Tigers took their North Carolina trip this past week, and it worked out pretty well. Wins over North Carolina A&T and Elon, and Nick Timberlake for the third time winning CAA Player of the Week. Let's start with Thursday night. North Carolina A&T, probably the best atmosphere of any game you've played in this year. That place was loud and raucous.
Wow, kudos to them. That was tremendous energy in that building. So obviously our guys were excited. They're talented. The guard Cam Woods, I mean, he scored. We were in the 336 area code. I think he scored from the 704 one, which is by Charlotte. I mean, that guy is good. But great effort. I thought Siller, Russell, really stalwarts. Ball movement was good. And what can you say about Nick? I mean, he was he had a heck of a week. But really, really good team win. And we shot the ball very well.
You shot the ball well, and besides Cam Woods, they couldn't get a whole lot going offensively.
No, but he was a handful. He had 29. I mean, anytime a guy gets 29, Charlie was really good too in the last 10 minutes of that game. He played like the guy that he is. He was a man around the rim and rebounded the ball. But you're right. I've done this a long time though. That was honestly maybe other than Allen Fieldhouse, which I've been a couple times, was the most energized atmosphere I've seen. It was loud in there. It was
6,000 students, and it was rocking the whole night. Then you go to Elon, a team that's looking for its first Division I win of the season. They had won a conference game, lost 9 games in a row. Coach Billy Taylor trying to put a team together at the last minute because he got hired late. And they gave you all you could handle. You jumped out to a 14-point lead, and you would think a team that had lost 9 in a row, maybe that would be, you just put it to them, up 14 at halftime. They're just going to go away. They didn't, to their credit.
Yeah, no. Billy Taylor's done a good job there. I mean, and we knew, look at their not coach speak, they're much better than their record indicates. They run good offense. They zone press back to zone to kind of slow the game up, and they do a good job with it. And they've got guys back. The kid Halloran's a good grad student, and Irvin, Butler, and Watson are two of those guys came from BCS schools and good size, and they've all played a lot of minutes. So, and they were close in their last couple games. I'm glad we don't have to play them again. I thought we had 16 exceptional minutes in the first half, especially our half-court defense. And then we just couldn't get away from them, and we're fortunate to get out of there with the win. And Timberlake obviously was sensational on Thursday. And I think the guy Nigel Russell's been incredibly consistent for us.
He doesn't, he had 18 against North Carolina A&T, but he doesn't put up huge numbers. But he does so many things that don't show up on a stat sheet to help you win.
He takes care of the ball. He rebounds it. He's our best defender. He's shooting a good percentage from 3. He's a really good leader, teammate. He's been a great addition. And I think I'd look back, I probably should have subbed a little bit more. But, when you see different kind of defenses, you're on the road. Like Radid had a good week for us, played very well A&T, and against Elon he stabilized us. So you end up trusting some other guys. But I thought those two guys also had, big stretches for us.
All right, now the Tigers come home for 2 this week against Northeastern and against William & Mary. The Huskies, 4-4 in the conference. They did lose a kind of a blowout game against the College of Charleston on Saturday. But this is a team, Telford's there. He's able to score, and they got the kid Darty from Notre Dame, who seems like he's been there about 9 years. Probably what they say about Timberlake, but, a formidable team.
Well, I mean, Billy Cohn's as good a coach as there is in the league. He's a good friend. 3 all-conference level players. Doherty, I told our staff today, he's like Thor. He's an Avenger. I mean, he is the best rebounder in the league. Telford's a first-team all-league player. And then Pridgeton is really good. He was a great player at North Carolina Wilmington, local kid from up there. We tried to recruit Pridgeton and Doherty. So we know how good those guys are. And they've got really good freshmen. They are incredibly big. They're capable of shooting the ball from 3. They got the kid Stuckey. And they're an outstanding rebounding team. And they're well coached. So, we've had a lot of great battles over the years. I feel like I'm getting older because had a lot of great battles against Billy and his team. And Thursday's going to be a war. We have to play really good basketball to beat Northeastern. And our guys know how good Northeastern is.
Are they maybe a team that's still looking for identity? I mean, you look and they've started 12 different guys this year.
Well, I hope a lot of them missed the plane ride down here. That would be really, really good if they could make that happen. I think they're deep. He's got good freshmen. He's playing a lot of guys. And they've, like I said, they've got 3 to 4 veteran guys that know how to win at this level and have had success. So, I think the Charleston game is just one of those games. Charleston played really well, and they didn't. I watched the game yesterday of them right when we came home from that long trip where they won at Davidson. And let me tell you something, that didn't make me feel very good at all. Then they came back down 16 against Delaware and beat them. And they're Northeastern is a team that can absolutely win 3 games in March.
Then William & Mary comes in on Saturday, an NBC Washington game, and they're led by Gabe Dorsey, Anders Nelson, and then Ben White, who's back for another year. They're all averaging in double digits. They just beat UNCW in a tough ball game. They're coming off 3 losses since that win, but by winning that game, they show you they're capable of beating anybody in the conference.
Well, they're a lot more athletic than they've been. I watched the Wilmington game, and then I just watched their Northeastern game before I came in here.
Now, I watched that one too. The last 2 minutes took about 68 minutes.
It did. Play. It was interesting. But they really hit the portal. They got a kid, Noah Collier from Pitt, who was very good, and Dorsey from Vanderbilt. They got a kid from Providence, and then they've got a couple guys back. And the kid Nelson's a really good point guard. So they're really impressed with their speed, their athleticism. They're going to be a good defensive team under Dane Fisher and solid, taking care of the basketball. So they play Thursday night and then come up here. So it's that tough Thursday, Saturday, and you're starting to see like the league's a grinder, man. We're hoping we can just play a little bit better in some areas. We've seen glimpses with just we're still a work in progress. I got to be honest with you, it was such a long trip. We gave our guys back. We flew back early Sunday morning, as you know. Not an easy day. We took off today, Monday, when we're filming this, you and me, my friend, and we'll go 2 hard days. We were a tired group, 4 games in 8 days. That trip in Carolina felt like a week at least. It was a long trip.
And there was a birthday mixed in there, Coach Scary, wasn't there?
It's great to turn 35, Spiro. I never felt younger, springier, active. Yeah. I obviously look a lot better than you. And I feel good.
Your hair's a lot lighter than when I first met you.
So I'm not using
back when you were 25.
I know. You know what? I don't use the gel anymore. I've decided to go with the gray. It gives me a little bit of a distinguished presence. And I'm sure guys like yourself that don't have hair wish you had some of those grays.
Oh, I got gray ones. They just I cut them off. But anyway, you're sitting at 14-7, 6-2 in the league. The game against Northeastern will be the midway point of the conference season for you. Obviously, you want to win the conference championship, regular season title. You're 2 games behind, but just as important, maybe making sure you finish in that top 4 to get that bye into the quarterfinals.
I mean, those are all the goals. None of them are easy. I love the team. Look, we had a tough 10-day stretch around exams late in the, I think we're getting better. The guys are working. They're connected, and that's the goal. How good can we become? I don't know, but I do believe in the group.
All right, well, the Tigers are home Thursday night against William & Mary, and then Saturday at 4 against Northeastern. Again, the William & Mary game will be on NBC Washington, but we'd rather see you out here at CQ Arena, right?
Yes, right.
And then you can tape the game and go home and watch it. Maybe you can see yourself in the crowd. So that'll do it for this edition of the Tiger Men's Basketball Report. For the head coach of the Tigers, Pat Scarry, I'm Spiro Marikas. Have a great week.